Have you ever picked up your phone, started scrolling through social media, and then suddenly realized that an hour has passed? Teenagers go through this on a daily basis, and this habit has rewired the way our brains work. Through the research of the effects of social media on a teenage brain, I have discovered how deep these effects really go. On today's speech, I'm going to explain to you how social media affects the teenage brain, but more specifically, how it changes the way we see ourselves, shorten our attention spans, and increases anxiety and self-doubt. With this in mind, let's first explore how social media im- impacts a teenager's sense of identity and self-perception. Our teenage years are one of the most important stages of our lives. This is when we are figuring out ourselves. We are discovering our identity, our values, and our sense of self. And social media plays a huge part in this. Platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok makes us constantly want to post the best version of ourselves, always wanting to get the best outfit or the best angle. But behind every post is the want to be validated. We constantly compare our lives to other glamorous lives that we see on the internet, which makes us change our self-perception. Our self-worth is now gauged by likes, comments, and other interactions on social media. Mariah Behavioral Health Center wrote an article and said this: the constant exposure of images of flawless and perfectly edited bodies can create unrealistic expectations and dissatisfaction with one's personal appearance. This means that instead of showing who we truly are, we get caught up with the expectations online just so we can keep up with everyone else. But not only does social media affect how we see ourselves, it affects how we pay attention and how we process information. Constant notifications, messages, and scrolling train our brain to switch from platform to platform over the within seconds. This makes us used to getting information quickly. Short videos, captions, and instant replies makes it hard for us to sit down and receive information for long periods of time. This habit encourages multitasking, but not the good kind. A 2018 literature review in the International Journal of Educational Technology and Higher Education examined multiple studies and concluded that using social media when doing schoolwork or attending classes weakens attention and working memory. So this means that when we sit down to do homework and we check social media, our brains cannot focus. Over time, it makes it difficult for us to focus on schoolwork and complete assignments. Social media also alters our retention of information. Because our brain does not have time to absorb what we're actually learning. As a result, our critical thinking skills can be weakened because our brain is being pulled into many different directions. Not only does social media affect our focus, but it has a huge impact on teenage mental health. Social media has a powerful effect on teenage mental health because it is often increasing anxiety and self doubt. Because people only post the best parts of their lives, aka their highlight reel, when we scroll and see another person's perfect life and accomplishments, we start to compare, which makes us feel like we're not enough. This leads to the fear of missing out, aka FOMO. Seeing others reach goals and have fun that we are not increases stress, insecurity, and the feeling of being left behind. Let's look at another quote from Mariah Behavioral Health Center. Teens may compare their appearance, achievements, and social lives to those of peers, often feeling like they fall short in comparison. This means that we often question if we are living life correctly, but we are not the same as everyone that we see on social media. Studies show that excessive use of social media has been linked to high levels of anxiety, depression, and low self esteem. The comparison of our lives to those we see on social media makes us doubt our self worth. Now that we have examined these points of the effects of social media on the teenage brain, let's review the key takeaway from this speech. Social media is more than entertainment. It has three major effects on the teenage brain. It shortens our attention span. It affects the way we see ourselves, and it increases self doubt and anxiety. Social media seems like a fun way to connect with people, but it impacts how we function on a daily basis and how we process our information. The more we understand, the more we can use social media in a positive way that impacts our mental health and emotional health. The next time you are scrolling on the screen, make sure you are simply having fun and not being shaped by what you see on the internet.